culture, for the culture, for the culture, 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 for the culture.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Tamel Cuts, proud owner of Uppercuts Barber Shop.
What up, y'all? This is Lonnie Horn, proud owner of World Class Faders and World Class Stylist Barbershop and Salon.
Watching another episode of For the Culture Podcast, going down every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And like that guy Rick would say, the clubhouse is officially open. Jack.
Hey, man, say bang. What up, man? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man.
Happy Tuesday to you, sir.
Happy Tuesday, bro.
Yes. We're going to say happy Tuesday to my mama in there.
Hey,
happy Tuesday. Tati. Man, I can't even say. We got some things to talk about with you and Tati this week.
I'm sore right now, man, messing around with her.
You say you sore messing around with her?
Oh yeah.
We should have got some clips of that to show. On this here show, man. Me and you got to talk. And then happy Tuesday to my one and only lady, Sharisa Hay in there. Happy Tuesday.
Let's go.
And man, matter of fact, I found out that Ray Brotherhood has us on the screen Ray Brotherhood has us on the screen every Tuesday. The TDB versus family, shout out to them. And then also our guy Ty Barber Sign has us on. So we've been learning that just because you're not in the comments and on the count that somehow people are still watching. So we're learning. Hey, and then over on Instagram, hey, the OG Barber Podcast. What's up, my dude? I hope you're okay. I want to we just landed. I said I want to send me and Tamel's number out to you. There's some things that I really, really want to run by you. I admire what you're doing on your podcast, and my brain has just been clicking. So we got the interview with him this weekend. So shout out to the OG Barber Podcast. If anybody's watching this now or later, make sure to go follow him. He's doing some amazing things in the industry as well, and that is going to be one of our new Barber brothers. Shout out to Brooklyn 749. Man, what's going on? Happy Tuesday. Hold on. It's still waking up though. We got that guy Rick the Barber in the building. What's up, man?
Hey, yes indeed.
Yeah, man. Happy Tuesday to everybody. All right, man. We got some things we're gonna roll into. So next thing we gotta talk about what this guy wearing over here. I'm always curious of what he wearing over here, man. I mean, you want to talk about it, or you want to talk about it, or you want to talk about it?
I want to talk about it. I do want to talk about it.
But damn it, why don't we do this so you go ahead and talk about it?
Right now, I'm just rocking a regular old yellow Scully. That's just something to, I'm just didn't have a quite go with what I got on, so I grabbed my Scully. And I am rocking the latest and greatest right here, man. This is all about sensory safe solution, creating trust, not trauma. Sorry. Kate Owens and her amazing team. It was dope to see them do a collab with Andis. Shout out to DC who helped create the Zephyr clipper, which is a real sound sensitive clipper that is really low volume frequency. So people that have sensory issues, it's not bothering them as much as it would with these loud clippers that some of us have. So I thought that collab was just fantastic, very smart.
Super dope. If y'all don't follow Sensory Safe, go follow them. There's a lot of families affected by autism these days, and they're absolutely crushing it with arming barbers and hairstylists with tools and resources to help families when they're dealing with that. So I don't know what my partner doing on this mixing board back here. This dude is doing some crazy
DJT Weezy.
Leave it alone.
Why didn't you on my side? I was like, I ain't hearing it.
We hearing it over on this side.
I'm like, I want to hear it too. So I'm like, wiggy.
So anyway, y'all support. We having fun on here, y'all. This is what we do. But go support Sensory Safe, our homegirl Kate and her crew, and everybody else that's on that team. They're making a big movement for the autism community right now. And yeah, and so what I'm sporting today, man, my very own Grateful to Serve. I am the barber broker. I am a licensed real estate broker, also a licensed barber and shop owner. And I have mixed the two together to create the barber broker. So I'm grateful to serve on both sides of those industries. And on the crown, I'm sporting RK. Boy. That's all I gotta say. These people are doing something amazing in this industry right now. This is a new disinfectant. It cools, it cleanses. And one of the things that really caught Tamel's attention was the smell is absolutely beautiful. And I don't know, for the barbers that have been doing this for a long time, y'all know sometimes our sprays can be very toxic. And that always concerned me. So yeah, this is very, very good aroma. And then another thing that I really, really like, they put a lot of emphasis on zero reproductive toxins. Obviously, there's going to be some chemicals here, but I really like the fact that they're focusing on reducing them, because that's a lot of chemicals we're breathing in. So shout out to RK team. I feel like we're going to be doing some amazing things with them because we like their product. We like them, they team, and they team love us. We had a good time with them.
Great time.
All right, man. With that being said, I think it's time to tell them who we be rocking and rolling with, buddy.
Got you, dog.
The best barbers and shop owners know that aside from customer service, presentation is everything. I mean, look around. If you want to grow long term, you have to show up professional and legit. That's exactly why I started Focal Fuse, to help brands look like industry leaders without the extra BS. Focal Fuse has helped some of the biggest names in the barbering and beauty industry bring their brands and expos to life to feel 100% like them. And availability is limited, but if you know we have to work together, just send a message, we'll have a quick conversation, and I'll take care of the rest. Peace.
Barbers Illustrated Magazine, the #1 magazine built for the craft. Featuring the freshest cuts, top barbers, tool reviews, and real industry stories. Get the magazine your shop should have had yesterday. Print subscriptions just $9.99. Digital subscriptions only $3.99. Single print issues $12.99, and digital single issues $4.99. Tap in today and level up your barbershop game. Barbers Illustrated Magazine, join the movement. Welcome to the world of barbering.
There it goes. Bills are paid, and we are back full effect, man.
Hey. All right, man. I want to talk about it real quick. Brooklyn 749, which shirt? She gave us a compliment and said, I like that shirt. I don't know if she's talking about the Sensory Safe or mine, but want to make sure that I think understand they both dope. I do, but I want to know which one she was talking about. Hey, man, what did you do last weekend, buddy?
Let me think. Every time I got this from Peg, man, we were at CT Barber Expo. We've been there several times before. The first time we went, it seemed like the red carpet was rolled out for us. We've experienced CT Expo in what I believe nobody else has, in a way that nobody else has experienced it. Thanks to Cherry the barber, who gave us access to sit at her table, which was front and center of the stage. Nobody was in front of us. It was just dope. Then we did our podcast stage side of the big stage and had access to everybody. It was just untethered access, which I just couldn't imagine experiencing unless I did. And then the second time we went back, we went in the capacity to get some content. So we was really focused on getting content, getting drops and all that stuff. This was the first time we went to CT Expo to experience CT Expo as a spectator. And I enjoyed it a lot. We were able to have deep conversations with people without being rushed to go do something. It was really dope. Tapping in a lot of vendors, like you saying, Royal Arcade, their stuff, hanging out with them the night before. It was just dope, man, all the way around. And there's we need to do a thing. We need to do a podcast on what is your CT story, because there's things that happen at CT that don't happen other places. People go to CT and their lives changed.
For
So I would
sure.
love to do a podcast and hear some of these people's amazing CT story. Like Rick the Barber has a couple of great things that happened to him during this weekend. So,
Yeah, man. CT Barber Expo was amazing, y'all. We got to see friends. We reunited with friends. It was like a reunion. We also got to share some of our growth with friends, and then we got to be a part of our friends' growth, like right there on the spot. So we saw people make huge steps. And then we saw some people just entering and not even knowing their story was happening right in front of us. T, without getting into detail, a young dude from Tennessee, I think about him and I think about his whole story. It sounds crazy right now, but in
yeah,
hindsight, I'm like, that's your story, dude.
that's the story.
Yeah, we got people that didn't even know how they were going to get there, how they were going to get back, but they got there, and then you're in it. So it was amazing, man. For me, I felt like Tamel said we got to talk to people on a deeper level. We got to get some real, actually, for us, I feel like we got better ideas of what could be next for us. I feel like I know where we're going sometimes, but then when you get around more of your peers with and they're sharing other opportunities, and then we all get in front of each other, you start seeing things that are expanded and changed that you didn't even realize because you're so tunnel vision focused on what you're doing. And I'm like, I didn't realize we could do this. And I didn't
Mhm.
realize we can do that too. And so now I came back and I'm like, man, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to go to sleep because there's a lot of things we gotta, kick into motion. Shout out to Brooklyn 749. She said she was talking about your t-shirt. She likes that. She likes that Sensory Safe t-shirt.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
What was one of your biggest takeaways or your coolest experiences, man? I know that's gonna be hard, man. If you got two,
Yeah,
but like,
there is two, but one of them is part of our whole guest thing. So I'll save that one. The other
cool.
one was my thing about Rick. Rick the Barber has been working for brands, just volunteering and busting his butt and stuff to help people out, trying to get on if that's what if that's what they want. But Rick has busted his butt, volunteered his services, and really hasn't seen a lot come out of it. And Rick had stepped back in a way, especially after going to jail last year, and he missed CT because of that. And then to go to CT in the capacity he went this weekend, where I think he only competed in one competition. Rick competes in all of them,
Right.
and Rick goes and he's in the vendor booths helping. Rick just went in and did his thing. He wasn't worried about nobody doing his thing, and then opportunities came and got him. And now Rick is working, possibly going to be with two dope brands, um, with uh, with jobs with them, which is fantastic because this is what's like he's not looking for it now, but it comes to get him. So it's kind of dope. I'm so happy for him. He wouldn't stop smiling the whole time. So it just made my weekend.
Well, and one thing to add on the Rick story that I think is really important for people to catch is, I mean, we're being transparent. Rick was at that frustrating point where he like, man, I'm ready to just leave all this alone. And I like to point that out because a lot of us go down journeys to where you're like, man, I done did everything that looked like I'm supposed to do. And it seemed like right when you get ready to you think you're on your last, then boom, a window opens, a piece of light shines through. So, I love his story for that purpose as well. I think his story is going to be super inspirational for people who are thinking about stopping, quitting, wondering why not yet. You know what I mean? So congratulations to our barber brother, Rick. That was super fly. For me, I had a lot of them, y'all. I had a lot of amazing moments. I'll say one that's really an accumulation of experiences was the fact that I talked to a lot of men about health this weekend.
Mm.
And that was crazy to me because I'm just on a super hyper health journey right now. And one like I've never been on before. It ain't about just like weight loss or nothing like that. It's just something different than I've ever experienced. I'm like interested in my blood levels, all of that, and weight and all of that with it. And man, I talked to so many men who I seen they look different, and I'm like, man, what the hell you been on, man? I'm seeing cats with core workout. I'm seeing they cats with six packs. I'm seeing less inflammation on people's face, and I'm like, what is you doing? What's going on? And then boom, we on to the side talking and just sharing like what and why. And the why was dope to me, man, because people are on some like, man, if I'm gonna live to 100, if I'm gonna live to 150, I ain't gonna do it treating my body like this. And I'm like, whoa, that's fire. Hey, look, Tesla peptides. She said peptides. What
it's
up,
funny,
Tess?
because some of them weren't. Some of them don't believe in them. They want to do it all natural. So that was like first some of my answers to questions to them. Like, you taking a shot, and they're like, nah, it's natural. So
particularly we was talking to Codus, and T was like, man, you doing the shot? And he's like, nah, man. What'd he say? If I did the shot, I'm cheating myself, and I'm not, it's not gonna sustain. Our other guy, I was like, what's your reason? And he was like, man, I'm getting older. He like, don't no young dude want to look up to no older dude who ain't taking care of himself. He said, what I look like telling you what to do, and my belly sticking out my shirt. I was like, oh my goodness. I just never heard this kind of health talk all weekend. So that was a big one for me. There was a lot of mental health talk there. To see the barbering industry going, spending time and putting care into mental health was a big shift. And I seen it multiple panels. And then even the weekend before in Orlando, shout out to Anti-Broke Barbers Club. They did a mental health panel. And I'm like, whoa. And then Vinny at Orlando. So that's a really good thing, because we're always talking about how to help the clients with mental health resources. This was specifically working on us as the hair and beauty professionals. So again, a whole lot of takeaways this weekend. We could probably list an hour worth of them, but that's one that stood out to me right there, man.
Yep.
All right, y'all. With that, what's coming up though? What's coming? I'll tell you what's coming up. Let me tell you.
You tell me, yeah.
This weekend in Sacramento, California.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of my team. My team, the world-class faders and world-class stylist team, they want to travel. They want to go out and experience some of the things that me and Tamil do, and some of the other people they know, and enhance their education. So they thought of ways to do fundraising. And one of the ways was to throw a nice barber and beauty battle. So we have the world-class barber and beauty battle, June 14th in Sacramento. If you want to attend, we have some free tickets online. You could get them there. If you want to compete, you can get them there. And if you want to vend, we have very, very cheap vending booths. It's going to be like a big block party. You could go to stylersevents.com. And it's actually going to be the first time you're seeing a barber battle at two shops at one time. They literally like half a block away from each other. So it's going to be like a big block party. So looking forward to that this weekend, man. Yes, Tesla. She said, where is it? Yes, world-class faders and world-class stylists in Oak Park, in Sacramento. Go to stylersevents.com and it'll have all the info there. Would love to see you out there. Rick said, I wish I had money to come. You rich, boy. You just got 2 deals. You rich.
Let me hold something.
You rich. All right, man.
What else is coming up, though?
Right after June 14th. Oh, we got the Mississippi. Are we going out? We're going to Mississippi Elite? Okay, cool. It was on my mind. I didn't know if we was going to go that far. Man, I'm excited to, again, back to my barber broker brand. My guy, Rick the Barber, is giving me the opportunity to talk about what I'm doing, what I mean by this. And so I'll be at the Mississippi Elite State Barbers Summit. That'll be July 24th, 25th. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rick.
I think it's both dates.
Yeah, July 24th and 25th. We're going to be in Gulfport. out there in Mississippi doing it, man. And this event is going to be dope because it's going to be more focused on education. And I'm just excited, man. I'm putting together something really cool to just share with barbers, things that me and Tamel learned from behind after things that we learned that we could have done behind the chair to make our money go further outside of the chair. I'm a big advocate for if you love barbering, stay in it. A lot of people talk about barbering like, oh, it's a stepping stone, get out of it. If that's how you see it, that's cool. But I hate that it's an industry that's put down sometime like, oh, it's just a, something you do along the way. And I'm like, nah, if you want to make this a lifelong thing, you can. We just need better perspectives and mindsets on how to make our money grow outside of there. So we're going to be talking about some real stuff, man. Things that me and this dude learned that, we would have done knowing what we know now. So hopefully it'll help people with their journey, man. Yep. So, all right, man, y'all get on Mississippi Elite State Barbering page, support it. And even if you're not going, get on there and share the information so other people know. All y'all got some damn cousins in Mississippi, Arkansas, Atlanta, all them surrounding states. Share that so we can make something like this big and keep on happening.
Word.
All right, man. Here we go. Ooh, man. All right. It's an honor, man. It's an honor to bring this lady in. We don't know why she like us so much. We don't know why she love us so damn much. But all I know is we love the hell out of her, and we are officially Barber brothers and sisters and have been. She's been a part of the Forticulture podcast, the Forticulture Hair Jam, the Forticulture Barber Battle. She's been there rocking with us, man. We've been at her school, which she is an amazing instructor that anybody will be blessed to be a student at, Moler Barber College out in the Bay Area. She's part of the Freedom Braiders, who are our braiding sisters, who go to correctional facilities to teach women braiding skills so they could come out and have something to keep them out to sustain their freedom. I just can't, I could go on forever. I'm just proud of her. She's a Bay Area representative. She crazy as hell. Unique voice, unique personality. When she in the building. And now you're going to know she in the damn studio, man, because we bring it to the screen. The one and only Tracy Williams, a.k.a. Beast. 510. And I didn't write none of that down.
I like it. I like it. Hi, you guys.
What's up, sis?
Long time no CT. No.
Yes, hey,
ooh, you used to rap, huh?
Hey.
You used to rap, huh? Hey, that was cold.
While we got this quick opportunity, you got on a dope shirt too. Share your apparel of the week.
Okay, so fresh off the plane, right? And so I have on my shop's t-shirt. So I am the proud owner of Cuts and Stuff Phase 2 Hair Designs, located in Hayward, California. For 31 years, I've had my shop. So
I didn't know that.
I'm repping it.
Dang.
I did not know it was 31 years.
31 years. Yes, July 1st.
All right, man. We got you here. You're fresh off a plane.
Fresh.
And a lot of people that's in our circle, we know who you are, but you shifted gears recently. You done got out your box. We used to. People see you on the exterior and they're like, oh, this girl, wow, she crazy. She loud. She like to have fun. But there's another side of you. There's this little girl that's a little scared to get out there.
Yes.
And so you did something new. You stepped out there and you got involved with being Educator of the Year, right?
I did. And only the close friends really understand it, because I try to explain that characteristic about myself, because they just see Beast or they see the loud extroverted me, but I am very, very introverted at times, and get a lot of anxiety. I am not one for accolades. I am so used to giving everyone accolades. So to put myself out there for Instructor of the Year at such a big platform, that was an accomplishment, should I say, to step outside.
Well, we're not gonna let you introvert here. We're gonna keep you extroverted.
Oh yeah,
And we're
no,
gonna
I'm with family.
say, hold
Oh
on,
no,
and
I'm with family
we're gonna
now.
say
It's different.
congratulations because you came home with the damn award, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. You didn't just get
Woo!
nominated, you won.
How does that
Hey,
feel to have put your name in the hat and then have your community show up for you? Because you had to get the more votes than some of these other people who may have bigger numbers or whatever it is, bigger cities or whatever they're getting their community to support them. For you to have been in it for as long as you have been in, it has such an impact with your education, being a female educator in a male-dominated industry. How good does that feel to have went out to the biggest barber expo in the country and come home with the trophy?
no lie, it feels great. It does. No matter how much I'll say, like, I'm gonna still do me, and this accolade though, it feels great to actually receive it. I kept telling myself that, oh, I'm happy about getting nominated to like making it to the top 5, and was really just happy to be there. No lie, when they called my name though, I was like, ew, me? Like, it was like, ooh. But baby, you have to have doubt. So I'm gonna keep it 100. You feel me? I
Yeah.
had doubt, of course, because there were so many other great educators right alongside of me. So it wasn't just about me, but it ended up being just about me
Yeah. And we
Hey,
were
you
there
got
to
some
see that. That was just dope.
you got some congratulations from over in Instagram too. Brooklyn749 say congratulations, Miss Tracy.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate that love.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So you get here, you got these doubts. Me and Tamil are normally up at the front. So for people that are not at CT Expo at the Grammys, it's like the Grammys on TV. They're not. This is not some little small room and we're just standing on the podium. No, everybody's suited. Everybody's from not the country. They're from all around the world. We had
Yeah.
Trinidad, Japan,
Yeah.
Mexico, UK. We had everybody in there, all to watch this lady do this. And so we're usually up front, and we couldn't get to her at that time. So we're like trying to stay behind her, make sure we get some good content of her, going up. And then when they call her name, man, we're trying to scream to the top of
Oh
our
yeah.
voices so she can hear us. But take us to that moment. Tracy, what did that feel like? The knees knocking, all that, like what that walk.
These was
Hey,
knocking.
that was a long walk to the stage.
Hey,
It starts walk so long to the stage, the music stopped.
yes, exactly.
They played the video 2 or 3 times.
Exactly. Okay, so I was sitting there with 2 of my babies, my Freedom Braider sisters who came along. Shout out to Jazz and Tati because they were right there beside me. And I had to keep looking at them because when people keep telling you got it and then you don't have it, and then they got to just be like, better luck next year type shit. So I'm already like I'm there. And then in front of me is 360 Jeezy, and he looking like he knows that extroverted, loud, baby. So he's like, your leg is shaking profusely. And I'm like, he's trying to distract me, but he probably thinks that I'm being very animated about being nervous. And I was not. I was so, like heart thumping, like out, like freezing. I was like, touch my hand. My hands were freezing. Like it was real. So when they called my name, I like turned around, like, shut up. Like I went straight into baby. So I did. I was like, yeah, I did it. You feel me? Like it was everything came out. It was a long walk to the stage, people high-fiving that I did not know. And no lie, I thought that you guys were sitting by my boy Rick and Katrina. I thought y'all was sitting over there. So I'm like, and I didn't see you guys, and I'm like, hug Rick, hug Katrina, like almost to the stage. And then I just was like, oh gosh, I didn't have a speech prepared.
Yeah.
I did not.
You said that.
I said it on stage. I did not have a speech prepared because honestly, I'm so real. I'm so like I think I did I kept telling people I'm not doing no speech so that if they don't call my name, I gotta kind of crumble it up and throw it to the back. I'm not that's that I'm just gonna go up there and speak from my heart, and that's what I did. Of course, I feel like I probably forgot, a couple of people but
Yeah, you forgot us, but it's all
charge
right.
charge
It's
you.
all right.
I didn't see
No.
y'all, so anyway.
Now you know what you did do. You gave it up to Freedom Braiders,
Of
and
course.
you gave it up to the Bay. Why was it so important for you to give it up to the Bay, man?
Okay, so with the Freedom Braiders, I was getting Instructor of the Year award, and so honestly, of course, them being my sisters, my now family, it's still a teaching moment. So I had to give it up to Moler Barber College for giving me the opportunity to
Yeah.
become a barber instructor after being a cosmetology instructor. They trusted me. They gave me what I asked for, and they let me actually do me. Being the only staff member at my campus, and that is not at any other campus. So they actually trust me with their school. And then Freedom Braiders, definitely, because we go inside of the correctional facilities, like you said, and teach inmates a different way of life to survive. If you could maneuver, you got caught up in this. If you get caught up braiding or barbering or any of this illegal hustle. So let me just show you, because you have the mentality of hustling, and y'all know, duh, right? You had a
Duh.
mentality. We all kind of came from that, which that's where your bay come from. So like for me,
Mm.
putting on for the bay raised me, and the bay came through for me.
It
Regardless of, I
did.
know y'all in SAC, I know y'all, but everybody that said I got it, they weren't understanding the platform that they saw the bay. They said you've been doing this. 90% of the people at the CT Grammys, let alone the CT Expo, they don't know who I am. They have no idea who I am.
Yeah.
So I was trying to get them to understand, like, the magnitude, like this being nationwide. Like, it's not about you loving me as your former instructor, current instructor, or just knowing me from Instagram or anything like that. The confidence that they had in me, though, was unmatched. So I do always have to give it up because, like I said, not many products out the bay are saluted or complimented, right? There's a lot of negativity going on across the whole world, but to still be in this positive light, of course, I had to put on for the bay.
I was
What is
proud.
go ahead.
No, I was like they lost it when she said the Bay. Everybody was
Everybody did.
they lost it when she
You
said the
didn't
Bay.
know, you don't realize how much love you have all over the country, let alone the people that were all over the world, like you said. Um, it was the after, literally walking off the stage after receiving this award.
Let's go. Let's go.
I was hoping
I
you
know
had
y'all
it
been
by
waiting
you.
for her to make this grand entrance, but after, it was perfect timing. No, so after coming off stage, um, I don't really like, because being not only from California where we are, I have to put this out there though. The amount of people that said, "Go, sister. I'm proud of you, sister." It made me feel as if I did it for our community too. Like, I'm not sure, and maybe you guys can enlighten me, but I know that there have been women instructors, and I know that there have been African American male instructors, but I'm not sure if it's ever been an African American female instructor voted for Instructor of the Year. Um, we'll have to do that, pin it,
Yeah, we're gonna do
Yeah,
and
that.
let
that's
me
I'm
know.
gonna do that.
But the way that I was receiving that type of energy, they were proud of me, strangers.
Yeah, dope.
And
What
I
is the
accepted
lesson?
it.
What is the lesson that you hope was taught through this experience for you that somebody from outside looking And what is it that you would hope that they learn from your experience?
Actually, like I find my introverted ways to be a negative. Step outside of your comfort zone. Definitely, like if I just like that can go all across the board, whether it is like some people are very negative about things, and I try not to make this experience a negative experience by doubting myself, but you have to be real, like it's 5 nominees. Like somebody got to lose. Real talk.
Mm.
However, step outside of your comfort zone. Like Lon say, step outside of your box. Um, that's very hard. And I'm an older woman, so we're not talking about. So if I was to say like, I get it, I do it to my students. Like I'll tell them because I may have a very introverted. When I say introverted, I'm talking about don't talk, but have the skill. And you can't get clients like that. That's probably how I got most of my clients in my chair was my personality, and kept them there. So I would say, if you want it, do it.
So,
Believe you can fly.
What even? You're naturally an introvert. What pushed you to even start wanting to say, I will step out of my box. So I'll try these. Like, why all of a
Well,
sudden?
honestly, I literally, introvert was never an adjective for me. I had to realize that about myself. This
mm,
is older me.
Mm,
This is me actually saying, and I tell people I am the most extroverted introvert you will ever meet.
mm,
I'm a socialite. I'm very sociable. I love people. But my discernment, it gets the best of me. And that's a whole nother topic. But my discernment is really, really strong. And so when I meet people, I have this little feeling, and it may not be the best feeling. Although I know better, so I will hold a conversation. I won't walk away based off of what I feel. But I get a lot of that. Um, so I have to kind of like ignore it, be the socialite that I am, but then I'll find myself um, around my people instead of probably socializing with strangers.
got
okay.
you. What let me see how I want to say this. The way you educate, what makes it unique or different to anybody else that might be out there educating? Why are
Oh
you
my God.
the way
This
you
is
are?
this is valid. That's a good question. Okay, so I'm probably the realest instructor you ever gonna meet. And when I say instructor, I'm not talking about educator. I am talking about understanding a person individually and then taking what works maybe for the class, because you could get a student that understands what they just read. But because I've had a lot of students from different walks of life, and that's because I have taught in the Bay Area. So we're talking about formerly incarcerated. I want to say like my most remarkable student, he was incarcerated for 23 years straight,
Ooh,
Damn.
and he was older than me and completed the course, perfect attendance, listened, that discipline. And so I'm like, I don't want to hear about the 4 years, 4 months that you did, because now you have to top that plateau, right? But of course, the judicial system does not have the best educational system. So I've had students with ADD, ADHD. They are dyslexic. Um, and to be honest, some of them are just not the most studious. So how do I relate barbering and get them to pass what is now only a theoretical written exam? Because most people, like I can probably teach my grandkids who are 8, 5, and 3 how to cut, because it's repetition. And if I get their attention, it's like riding a bike. You put in the work, right? And it's that practical part. But the theoretical part, I have to make up some of the most gangster analogies, man, and I keep it 100. It is. And just to give you an example, when you imagine when you guys coming to barbering, you were in school and you're having to learn this portion. Think about coloring, which was like not like hair coloring was not at the top of the list, right?
Right.
Um, which is the chapter we're on. And I'm like, okay, what are your primary colors? Which is something that I personally learned as like a kindergartner, right? Because we're finger painting and everything. I do everything from like hot dog on a stick. What are the color of their uniforms? And they're like red, yellow, blue. That's your primary colors right there. Hot dog on a stick, right? Like, or Superman. What color is his uniform, right? And then the complementary colors, Lakers, like yellow cancels purple. I'll do Christmas, red cancels green, and vice versa.
Wow.
Compliments, and then Knicks. I'll give it to the Knicks, even though I hate that I have to say the Broncos as well sometimes, and that's the orange and blue. Being a whole Raider fan, but those type of things that I get them like using analogies, metaphors, knowing my students and really taking it there so that they can understand why this is what it is instead of memorizing enough for the test and it goes in one ear and out the other. And I relate. I listen to their problems.
I love that.
Me too. I think you kind of answered my next question, half of it. But if you were to nutshell, what made you the educator of the year? Like what is it? How can you nutshell and say, hey, this is how I became the educator of the year?
It's not me. I mean, it's what I do, but it's the support. That's what these awards are all about. I couldn't vote for myself this many times to receive this award. So it's actually, I get awarded not only by my students completing their 1,000 hours, but going to obtain their license and then becoming successful barbers. But the fact that they really come back and tell me the impact that I had on them, not only for barbering, but in life. I build long life relationships with my students, and I can't say friendships because they'll still come back, Miss T. They may say she like an auntie. They may say she changed my way of thinking from street to the shop, and now look at me. And I appreciate that. So just those words are what, it's not anything that I do, it's who I am to my students, and that's just my true self.
What I get from it is it's the impact you make on their whole life. I get where we were going. I try to ask a question for the people who are they don't know the detail we know. You know what I mean? So
right.
I feel like from what you're saying, it's not just about the curriculum.
No,
it's like a transformation. You take pride in transforming people, like you're transforming them to a better version of themselves. Like your guy who is your top scholar and he did 23 years in the pen. And
exactly.
And look at him, like you can. And now,
and I'm always say I'm proud of you. That's something like I'm proud of you. You got to really uplift everybody. Like even if they never picked up a clipper, I have that happen a lot with my students that enroll. And it wasn't a thing back in our day, right? It wasn't a thing. We kind of had a little something, even if we was chopping them. We baby. I got some stories.
You didn't play with the lever or something.
Baby, oops, that wasn't supposed. Or the lever wasn't tight enough, and it started closing at the amount of pressure you ate. All of that. Like, oh yeah, a lot of my homeboys had bald heads at the end of the cuts. I'm not ever finna say I was wrong, but at least I picked them up and made that decision. Like I knew this I had a starting point. I have people that's like, which one is the clipper? So when you're starting from ground zero, where do you encourage them? You have to, you know what? Okay, your station set up good. Start there. You set that thing up fast.
Hey,
and you got it, it's repetition. But I have had some gangster students that never picked up a clipper and they raw now. So I at least know it can be done. So it ain't on me though. It's on the determination of the student. And I can tell them they may still be in the school with them. And I'll say, Oh, I'm pointing to those that never ever click cut. So welcome. You can too be there, you know.
Man. What would be some tips that you would tell instructors across the country to be able to help students? Because there's a myth, or I don't want to say myth. There's this thing that in Barber College they're not really learning nothing.
Yeah, it's
But then
not a
you have
myth. It's not a myth. It's not a myth. The thing is, again, I just told you, I can only do so much,
I know.
right? But I as the instructor can instill in you the values to become who you want to come. Oh, but I have 1,000 hours now. I went from 1,500
Yeah.
and barely could get you there, right? Because we're not talking about cutting. And that's what most of the barbershop owners are talking about, but that's not the placement of the school.
No.
The school is to teach you basic knowledge about client protection, safety, and infection
Safety.
control
Yeah.
procedures. Now, again, if you get that student that actually grows, then of course that's just a bonus. But my job as an instructor, and all instructors need to stop carrying that weight on them. My job is to get the student licensed. And in the state of California, in order to receive your license, you must pass state board. And in order to pass state board, you must know your theoretical. I don't just teach them theoretical, but that is what I wish I could just teach them, since that's all. I mean, I wish that I could literally, I have now 2 books. I have, shout out my lady. They have 2 books. One is the foundation books, which is 10 chapters. And now the textbook, that's 16 chapters. If I were to tell you things that would be on state board, such as chemical texture services, that's not a easy fix. That's not knowing that the main ingredient is ammonium thioglycolate and relaxer is sodium hydroxide. And, you know, like, what am I even talking about, right? That's one freaking ingredient that can cause a contraindication. You see how I'm talking here? Like, this is how, and I tell my students exactly how I'm telling y'all. Like, but like, this is going, if when you're dealing with chemicals, that's going to get you a lawsuit. When you jack somebody hair up, that's going to get you a bad reputation. So I need to make sure that you are proficient in knowing how to deal with chemicals, because that's the only reason you here in school. Because your daddy gave you a haircut in the garage because he was cheap. Like, he had the clippers. I could cut my boy hair. That wasn't against the law to even comb your own kids' hair. But for you to work on the public and not spread communicable diseases such as pseudofolliculitis and tinea, right? Or
Spit
ringworm.
it,
Like,
spit it,
I'm spitting
spit
it.
it, spit
Because I
it.
do. Because I honestly know what I'm talking about, but I spit it in such a way to where they like, now what you just say? Like, yeah, I really know what I'm talking about, but I'm talking just like I'm talking to my brothers right now, right? And I have to let you know, like, that ain't nothing but ringworm. You feel me? So that's like, even though the
I like that.
Tania, she heckin' nasty if she get ringworm, right? Yeah, don't touch her, right? Okay, so you better send her to the doctor. That's my theory. So
Okay.
if you asking me, like, there, don't put no pressure, instructors. Don't put no pressure on yourself when it comes to, like, I have to create a tamale that can cut in 12 to 15 minutes, a taper or fade. You welcome your shout out. Or
Actually, I'm faster than that, but I appreciate
you're
it.
not faster than that, my guy. I know. You're good. You're good. Okay. I gave you a shout out. Your little yellow hat. Just every time you wear your
Here
little
she
yellow hat,
come.
we're
you
Here
going
she
want
back
to,
to we're
come.
going back to this
Here she
weekend now.
come.
exactly. Every time you lose a race. Okay.
Oh goodness.
Anyway, Lonnie, realistically, I can't create the experience. And even if I think about me coming out of school from cosmetology to barbering, for those of you guys that don't know, dual license, right? I thought I was raw. I go look at them pictures. I sucked.
Mm,
And I can say it. And this is
Yeah.
a licensed, right? I'm licensed. So you have to be real. Now, if you get somebody, that's cheating, right? You get somebody that's been cutting for 6 years and come to school.
right.
to get their license.
right.
Like
It's
my guy,
different.
like I wish all my students were like that. But guess what? Those be the ones that don't even know. They call it tahi. They can't read word for nothing. I said tahi, like D.
I
Yeah,
got a,
but they could cut. I know.
I
I'm
got.
sorry.
No, don't say sorry. Don't say sorry.
I
I got
mean,
a
I
question.
apologize to those that can't read.
I got a question. You just touched on something. Matter of fact, shout out to Brandy, original Barber Doll. She was on stage this weekend saying, she kind of confessed what you just said. Like, man, I thought I was raw back then. I look back and I wasn't. And but she gave good game on like the levels you got to get through this. Well, there's a big topic in the industry that Barber College ain't teaching us nothing. You know, they don't teach you nothing. You know, what's your take on that topic altogether? And let me tell you where I'm coming from with this. You just said, I wish I could give more theory. I wish I could give more of this and give more of that. But you also have requirements within your, being an instructor. You have a certain time frame. You got certain, curriculum. You got to get to them, and your main focus adjusts according to the laws, and you have to get them to pass this damn test.
Right.
But let's outside of that.
Okay.
We get that. What is your take on that perspective of, oh man, Barber College ain't teaching nobody nothing these days?
It's not true, but I also think that it is true. It depends on the instructor, how much they care, because honestly, again, I've had ground zero. Some of my ground zeros can go and work at a place maybe like a Supercuts, and I suggest it. I'm still gonna be real. They will survive there, and some have. Others can go from ground zero to going to rent a booth, because not only did they build a little clientele up, they put in that extra. They cutting in the community, they cutting in their apartment complex. I see them grow in 1,000 hours, right? We're talking about barber school. You're generalizing it. We have to make this an individual thing, because it's like saying that everybody in your shop, and both of you guys are shop owners as well, everybody got the same hustle? Everybody got the same skill level? No. And like if you had to pick one to represent your shop, you clearly know generally who you're going to pick and for what. So I can't say that. It's not that they don't learn anything. It's the fact that every individual student, I've had some come out raw and go straight to making money. And then, like it's always going to be a complaint from the barbershop owners. We're all barbershop owners. We're always going to have a complaint. And I'm a teacher. Put it like this. My shop is literally 2 stop signs and a stoplight away from my school. I still have 3 booths available out of 12.
Damn.
Whoa.
I got first pick.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
I'm a booth renter. I will never put those in that position, even if you're going to go start somewhere else. And that person that I tell them to start somewhere else where they have a lot of walk-ins, my shop is appointment only based. It's not a lot of walk-ins. But if I push you to say, hey, I like you, I want you, but I can't do you like that, it'll be a hindrance to you, then I taught you. So now I'm in both positions to say, did I teach them? No, I can't teach. They have no walk. They have no clientele, but go build it up. You still have a spot with me because you're that good. Your personality, that first impression, you sat up there and folded towels when you weren't asked to. You swept. See, some things barbershop owners are overlooking that are qualities that you can't find in a raw barber that can cut, and they have no customer service.
Man,
they don't know how to go talk to the general public. So it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for somebody raw, more than likely I get hella barbershop owners coming in there, and I look at them because what I'm instilling in my students is get your license so you can cut legally, and they're trying to get them to come work now. Why are you even coming up here to look for a barber that does not have a license?
Yeah.
Well, can I just talk to them? Of course you can, but baby, they didn't have me for all these hours. They gonna look at you crazy because they go. I say I would never jeopardize my shot to in my pockets. $1,000 for the owner and $1,000 for the barber that's unlicensed. If State Board comes in there, and if you got 4 of them in there, that's 4 bands and a band each for them. And what's gonna happen to those barber students that did not learn what you are claiming they did not learn in school? They gonna be like, I ain't paying that. You the one let me. So now you got 8 bands to pay. Just that, and I'm not right, but it's apprenticeship programs. If you feel barber school is not teaching the students individually as barbershop owners, then open your shop up to have an apprenticeship program and see how that works for 2 years. I want you to see, forget it. Like I'll hold a bag. I keep it 100. Like, yeah, I got some students that suck and some that's wrong from here to here. Like, it don't matter. But go ahead, you do it. Because half the barbershop owners that's complaining don't know nothing.
No,
they don't know the basics. They can't tell you if they had to go retake that test. I bet you they
that leads to my next question. Do you think that we should have a refresher exam, kind of like when you take your driver's test, and then like 4 years later you got to go do like a retest? You don't do
I
a whole
get
100.
anxiety.
You do about 50
That's a good
of them.
one. Okay, so I get test anxiety. And I'm wrong. Like I tell you, I know that book back and forth, but baby, you put that, you tell me, and I say this all the time to my students. I said, if State Board came in here right now and say, hey, Miss T, you need to go, you've been selected to go take a test. You'll swear I don't know nothing. I will die. Like how literally the anxiety that will overcome. I really, honestly, I'm a firm believer in continued education. And if you're already licensed, I'm never gonna make that a requirement, but and you're talking to somebody that can pass all the tests straight up. So I'm not calling nobody out on what I would not have been able. Mind you, I've been licensed for 31 years, but I've only been an instructor for 16. And the only reason that I'll be like, test me right now is because I've been an instructor. The previous 15 years, hell, 31 years ago, 30 years ago, don't come at me with none of that. I've been having my ill, and I said it in the rap. I was like, I've been having ill since Pac died. You tripping the hell, dog? I'm not gonna go there with y'all. But because I'm in the book. Who's in the book?
I was gonna say. So when you started doing the educational side of it, you went back and you covered all that stuff. You relearned. I'm gonna be real with you. Sometimes I wanna. That's a trip. I was right as I go. Sometimes when we go speak at schools, we'll come in and y'all will be wrapping up a class.
Yeah,
and I hear stuff that I don't know, and I'm like, I want to go back sometimes. Like sometimes I'll be like, man, we know so many school owners and instructors like you. I would love to just go back. It's certain things about color. I'm so intrigued with color right now. Me and Tamel was watching Kimberly Tay at CT, like 2 kids. Like I want to get it. So I've been honestly thinking about.
Okay, so make it a goal. I will personally extend my self to you both to just give you, because you have to start with basics. A lot of those hair color specialists that actually just specialize and that's like a barber. I feel a lot of barbers specialize in haircuts, right? Haircuts, facial hair, and maybe facial massage. That's it, right? Because you're not really blow drying too many of your clients, right?
I probably shampooing.
You're not shampooing. You're not giving them any relaxers. You're not giving, right? Like I get that. And I tell my students that every time we hit the chapters outside, which are hell of them, outside of haircutting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I am so good with basics, and I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm popping my collar. I will literally get you guys started on the basics for hair coloring so that you could actually understand when you do go to get continued education. So it's not about going to school, but a lot of my students have to transfer. Just say they move to SAC and they need to go to another school. Don't drive back to me, right? So I don't want to enable a student for their education. And I would not enable any type of educator, right? I I like the basics, but I like to give you how to study. So the things that, like I told you about, like the primary, secondary colors, right? And how they complement each other and so forth. I like to get you there, and then you have your aha moment.
Mm.
As a student, when I went to go teach, and I really retain information well because I use a lot of analogies. I have a thing that's like mnemonic learning. And I'm gonna associate it with anything in my life, and that's the way I teach. So I almost like never forget like why this is what it is. I never learned a lot of the things in school that I like beat into them as an instructor.
Mm-hmm.
And when the first day, the first week, the first month, the first year, I sucked. But I was reading along with them. And because I got it, I could break it down for them, but I was cheating, and that's the problem with a lot of instructors. But I refuse to lose, and I say that because I refuse to have somebody like me in the class that knows the answer, and I don't. And they're like, "What is this?" Well, this says that it's that, and I try to gaslight them with the answer. And that's what I find that a lot of educators do. A lot of
Mm.
instructors, think about a barber instructor. They're not telling you about no curly perm, no permanent wave, no shear work, because they don't do it. You just said just regular shampooing. There are 9 different types of shampoo, not brands.
Mm.
There are 9 different type of shampoos that are used for a different reason. So
Mhm.
I'm teaching you that stop. I ask my students when we get on that chapter, like, what shampoo you use? Head and Shoulders. Why? That's what I use my whole life. Do you have dandruff? Like, let's
Yeah,
start
right.
there. Like you don't need to have dandruff. Some use what they girl got in the shower.
That's deep.
Mhm.
I'm gonna take you up on that,
Good.
Tamel.
Let's do that.
When you fell
We can
off,
get a
she
class
was
together. Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, I
yeah.
said
So
I'll
I'm gonna
do it for sure.
shout out to Jack All Face. He on the airplane right now watching this.
I love
Hey,
it. I love it.
and
Thank you,
thank you
Jack.
everybody in IG who's checking us out. We're on YouTube. That's our main platform. Y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share this so we can keep growing it. And shout out to everybody who jumped in for the first time from CT last weekend, man. It's dope to meet all of y'all and dope to have you tonight. Man,
I
this
got something I also have sitting next to me, and I haven't looked at any of the comments, but
I think I know it.
you got
Oh, look
it. You
at
got it.
you.
She in the club. You in the club.
Go get money, man.
shout out to Vincent. Like, um, honestly, yeah, go ahead. Let's throw ours up. Screenshot. There you
I
go.
got mine. I got mine
Yeah,
up here.
you see it?
Boom.
Okay. So, yeah, there we go. T. Yeah. Okay. So, this right here is actually a part of the introvert that we're talking about. I met him through you guys. He interviewed me on his show. He didn't know me from a can of paint, straight up. Like, and whatever um, actually inspired him to give me this is the reason that I definitely plan on like shaking this introvert or just the reluctant me. Lonnie, I will give you your props as well because you are constantly like, trying to get me personally to get outside my box. And it's not easy. It's definitely high anxiety and it's a vulnerable place to be in because I'm not really that vulnerable. I don't like the accolades for real, like the the attention. I love to give it to everybody. That's why I make a great host, because I can tell about your show and what you got going on and pump it up. But if you tell me to talk about me, it gets a little hard. So I've been trying to work on it. I don't really like what I see when people do it, but I am proud of myself. I will say that much. I can say that with my head held high. I don't do many things that I don't make myself proud of, and that's something just come with growth. But I am proud of myself just for even just stepping outside. I ain't gonna do that shit no more. No, I'm just, I'm just kidding. But I think, like,
look, this is what it is. When me and Tia are on stage, I always identify the shy people, and then they'll raise their hand, and I'm like, guess who else is shy? And and they're looking around like, who? I'm like, me. They're like, man, get the hell out of here. You just talk for a whole hour. You ain't. And I'm like, no, I do that on purpose because I already know there's a bigger percentage of people in the audience that's looking and going, this sounds cool. But the only reason they can is because. And it's like, it's just a human thing we do. And so for me, the only reason I do push myself out the box is because I've tasted it, and I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy. Just because we were nervous, but we just did it still. All of this came from that. And just because we were nervous, but we just still did it. You mean we met so-and-so, and then that led to this and that led. So you become addicted to the results of pushing yourself out of it. So when I see people like y'all and like Tati, when she was saying she was going, and she was like, she was checking us, where y'all gonna be, and I knew what she was doing, but I'm like,
exactly.
I'm like, I don't want to be your security blanket. We gonna be there no matter what. Let something go down. Like, come on, we there, right? But I didn't want her coming looking for that comfort. I wanted her to feel that, oh my Lord, I don't know nobody. That's the dope part. Now,
it's not. I did that before we left to Tamil. Where y'all staying? Like, you crazy.
Where y'all trying to be right? Where y'all at?
Where y'all at? Hello, y'all just got here. Look, when we first see, like, bro, what is going on? But that's it's a catch-22. It's still camaraderie, and sometimes it's how we met. It's the fact that Jerry and I have built our own because we, worked on the movie together, and we just kind of like I said, that discernment, like, you're a good guy, like, this is cool, like, for no reason. You didn't know me, I didn't know you, and we just hit it off. And then the way he introduced me to you guys, I was like, and when I say that, because he's like, this is baby, she is great. And I'm going, whoa, like, that's different, right? But yeah, those type of things you need that. So stop kicking us out is all I'm saying. But
you said
stop.
You said
stop. I'm fresh off the plane.
No, you're good. You're good. And just for the record, I told Tati, it don't mean don't be with us. I just meant don't only be with us.
Right.
Yeah.
I just want you guys to get this last screenshot before my phone dies.
It's good timing. It's good timing, man. We're proud of you. And
I love you both.
Leave this with your last 1%. What would you say to people who are in their heads and in their box about going to CT Expo or any big event where it puts them out there like that? What advice, now that you've experienced that?
Well, really quick, I want you guys to come out to World Class Stylers and Faders on Sunday. Step outside the box right there. I will be one of your judges there. Start small if you have to, and then grow from there. But strive for excellence through efforts. That's always going to be my main thing. And if you think about that, you strive for excellence through effort. So if you want to be a dope colorist, right? You want to do dope hair color, you got to strive for excellence through effort. So you got to start somewhere to get somewhere.
She said it.
Yep.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, dropping bombs. We proud of you, man.
I love you.
And we're blessed to have you, for real. We're blessed to have you. You are literally one of our biggest supporters. This show, sometimes I'll be like,
hey,
Only
I'm
we
just
should.
saying, I think that this 3 looks great. You see that? I think it's united. Like, I'm just saying, and in my barrel, I come saucy, bro. Like, I think I think Lonnie, you've been pushing for me to be the third, like, co-host, but Tamel, for some reason, I feel like you're not for it. Look at us.
You the one I be calling. I think I
know.
hosted with you a couple of times.
You know, you my best friend. Stop playing. I know it's Lonnie.
I know.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
But yeah, I'll see you guys next week.
Yes, get some rest.
Okay. I love you.
This is Educator of the Year, y'all. Out, man. I mean, right here.
Keep talking.
Yep. Peace. Man, that was fire, man. Hey, everybody that jumped in. If you are from another city or state, let us know where you're from. We appreciate y'all. Hopefully, we made some good impact with everybody this weekend where y'all can start being a regular with us. We do this every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on YouTube. We do mirror it on IG, but our main platform with it is YouTube. So we would love to get you there as well.
Yes,
T. Melly, you came fresh off a plane, man. Hey, you made it.
Bro. And I know what I'm about to go make some Z's, boy.
Look, I'm holding them up on purpose because
you should see my finger.
His face.
My finger on the button. I'm waiting on you to help me close this thing.
You're ready for me to
holding me hostage.
Hey, man, I'm gonna leave it like this. Brooklyn, she said Brooklyn in the house. Thank you so much. I don't know what made you tap in this week, but we appreciate it. We interview. You say you do? Mm-hmm. Okay. But please keep tapping in. We interview people and we love to share journeys to help people along the way with theirs. And we got a lot coming up, man. Shout out to what's our guy that was going to be on Ultimate Barber, Nicholas. Barber. Yeah, he jumped on IG, man. I don't know if you're still on there. Hopefully you made it back to Trinidad safely. And we'll get you back on, man. Much love to everybody. Happy Tuesday, Prosperous Barber. Thank you so much. I don't care when you come in. We appreciate you. And we'll see y'all next Tuesday.
Stay blessed.
For the culture, for the culture, for the culture, 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 for the culture.